Notre Dame gets their 19th commitment of the class of 2024. Kedren Young, running back out of Luftin, Texas, 5'10", 220 pounds. He had offers from programs around the country, including A&M, Texas, Texas Tech, and many others. Notre Dame gets a player that I think is completely underrated, and I'll talk about his rankings here in just a little bit. But first off, here are the basics that you need to know about him before I share my screen and go over his film play by play. Number one is the natural size that Kedren Young possesses. 5'10", 220 pounds. That is college ready. Not every guy comes into college with thighs like this guy does. He is a thumper. In fact, that's something I just used to explain him to a friend of mine. And I think that he can come in and play early. Even though Notre Dame's running back room is pretty impressive, he's not going to just sit the bench. Kedren Young also has the ability to hit the hole and just go, or if it's not there, he can sidestep, see the hole on the backside, maybe kick it all the way out. He's pretty patient. Most high school kids, especially underclassmen, and remember, he's only a junior right now. He'll be a senior this fall. They don't have the ability to be patient very often. Running backs tend to look for one spot, try to force it. If it's not there, they just bump it to the outside. Hey, I can just outrun everybody. Well, as we all know, at the college level, that's a terrible idea. But he has the power to run through guys. He has the power to grind out runs when there's really nothing there and get 2 or 3 yards when most guys wouldn't get anything. And he also has the ability to get outside and get some pretty good speed going. And he's got some good second level power too. Guys that try to get him in the secondary when he's in full throttle, he's still strong enough, even though he's striding out, to sometimes not take that hit and go out of bounds. He has the power to withstand it. In other words, he's a big play guy, but not necessarily in the tradition that you might think. Most guys think just pure speed. Well, if you break a tackle at the second or third level and keep going, that's also another form of being a big play running back. So Kedren Young, he comes out of East Texas. That's one of those areas where the kids really take football serious. And I think it's probably very good to note that he could have had a lot of other opportunities and he chose Notre Dame. But here's the last thing before we go into the film. He also picked Notre Dame after the visit on June 2nd. He must have really liked the visit. So congrats to everybody at Notre Dame. I'm going to share my screen here and present. When you watch him, I want you to think about the following. What exactly does he bring to the table that you like the best? I personally like his ability to hit the hole and make something happen at the second level. But at the same time, you could look at it from another perspective too. He has the ability to score from anywhere. Again, that is very, very important. Look at the power there to carry through these guys and just keeps going. That is not a normal running back. His determination is tremendous. This run right here is probably about as good as it gets. This is as fun as you're going to see a run be. For a big back, that's pretty darn good speed. Again, 220 pounds. Not many guys have a natural stride like Kedren Young does. And he's also somebody that doesn't mind doing that play after play to beat on a defense to help set up play action. When you can hit one of these runs, especially early in a game, your quarterback and your offensive line are set up for success because then you've got linebackers and safeties biting down on the run. And even if it's just a really generic and maybe not even a good play action fake, even one step, if you give a quality wide receiver one step, good things are going to happen. But if you look at most of Kedren's runs here, what do they all have in common? Power between the tackles. Makes the first guy miss right there. It's immediate penetration, kicks it to a different hole, then kicks it into gear. This is a great example of using your vision and maximizing your opportunities. This was the area I wasn't going to be sure about until I saw it. But Kedren does a pretty good job. Right there's a great move. He does a pretty good job with his hands. And then here it is again. The guys that he's running against right there, look at the power to get all those yards, even though he's striding out. Most guys that go down immediately. He got 10 plus more yards afterwards. sees the cutback, hits it, goes all the way back across the field. That is a tremendous run by Kedren Young. This is just pull and pin. Block down, kick out, read the block, take patience, and then just beat on guys. That right there is why teams don't like playing power running backs. They didn't actually play it that poorly. He just made it happen. This is a great angle right here on this particular play. He gets the ball to the outside, but cuts it back when he sees the hole. He doesn't care where it's at. He wants to make a play, outruns a guy to the end zone. I'll show this one last play here. This is just a pure lead, and he just has to read off the hip of the outside edge, finds the edge that he needs to get to, and once again, he outruns everybody. Kedren Young is a special player. So what is Notre Dame's situation at running back now? Well, I think it's pretty safe to say Audric Estime is going to turn pro after his junior year, and then it's kind of wide open. They don't really know if Price is going to be ready. Another Texas kid. He's coming back off that Achilles. He's got some stiffness in his leg. We'll see by the end of this next season. They have a couple other younger running backs. They also have a young man from St. Louis who can fly. And they also have Aeneas Williams coming in too. Notre Dame's running back room is unique. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but this gives it some diversity. When you get a guy that is as fast as the kid they got last year, well, you're going to find ways to get him the ball in space and do different things. And he can run between the tackles too. But Kedren is a pure power guy. You can run 22 personnel. Notre Dame's always got tight ends, etc. You can do different things with him. You could even, based on his hands, you could probably put Kedren in the slot occasionally, although I don't think that's going to be the preference for Notre Dame staff. Aeneas would probably be better at that. And finally, when you get down to it, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, there's nothing wrong with giving a lead ISO play to a 220-pound guy, and he might end up being a little bigger than that before he leaves Notre Dame, and just bowling over people. Notre Dame is still recruiting at an elite level. They just actually got Miles Prescott, an offensive lineman from Hamilton Southeastern on the northeast side of Indianapolis. They're recruiting very well on the offensive line, so that hasn't changed. So overall, Notre Dame is at an elite level with their running back room, and their recruiting class is, I think, going to end up in the top 10. It's number 3 right now, maybe top 5. We'll see. They still got to get some defensive players for me to be convinced it's a top 5 class. But getting Kedren Young is one heck of a way to do it. Congrats to the Fighting Irish. Congrats to Kedren Young. Everybody have a great day. Please like this podcast, share it, get to that notification bell, and please comment. Let me know what you think of Kedren Young and Notre Dame's efforts overall. They've had a really good class, and they've got a few more guys. So please let me know what you think. Everybody have a great day.